Hi, welcome back to West Coast Geeks. I'm your host, Joaquin. How we doing, people? As you may know or don't know, and now you do know, it's Dragon Week. I didn't even know until yesterday. But either way, it's Dragon Week, and I thought I'd bring out a few books to help you new DMs out there who are looking for some 5e sources or 6th edition, mostly 5e, to help you create a memorable dragon encounter or help you design your own lore. And so these few books here will help you with that. So the first one here is Fizban's Treasury of Dragons. And what's cool about Fizban's Treasury is that we have some new dragons, and the chapters break down. Move up the camera so you can see it. Hopefully you get a better look. So you have like character creation, dragon magic, not maggots. That'd be interesting. Dragon maggots. But either way. Dragons in play, layers and hordes, Dragon Monicon, the bestiary, which is pretty big, and then you have the sidebars. Whoa. Okay, so this is not really going to be a review of most of these books. These are just showing you what you can purchase to help you. I found what was most useful to me were they had some like Dragon Adventures, but really the layers. So just because I just happened to turn to this page. So the bronze dragons, they give you a few charts where there's like creating a bronze dragon, their personality traits, their ideals, their spell casting. Then there's bronze dragon adventuring hooks, which I think is cool. Bronze dragon wormling connections. You also have adult connections and ancient connections. And then they go into like the layers here. And these layers you can use these straight out of the book, or you can use these to build upon or just inspire you of how to build a nice bronze dragon layer or dragon to the appropriate color that you're trying to build a layer to. Where it's not just some cave, where most of these dragons, especially once they hit adult and definitely ancient, are going to have more encounters and traps to protect their layers. Whereas, like wormlings and early adult dragons are just establishing self, building up wealth. So, yeah, they're most likely just going to start in a cave or a tower or whatever they can find or an abandoned ruin. Um, there are plenty of ideas you can go over. A pair, bronze dragons, they like art objects, so there's a list in there, and then the next page right here is copper dragons, and so on. In this book, they do give the stats for the new dragons. And so you got like a deep dragon, and then they have some cool artwork in here. Young crystal dragon, and a Drago Hydra, the Dranaconians. I mean, these are pretty cool. You could easily work these into Guardians. Ooh, the Dragon Bone Golem. Sorry, my throat's a little dry. Dragon Blood Ooze. Pretty cool. I like the art on this, but you see where I'm going with this. So this is one source that you could use that's still available, still in print, and you can easily get a PDF of this. Now the next book is not Dungeons and Dragons, but it's Dungeons and Dragons related. Or should I say it's not a Wizards of the Coast product. And this is the Game Master Book of Legendary Dragons. And you got a foreword by Luke Gygax, which is pretty cool. And I gotta say, I really enjoyed the Game Master Book of series. In fact, I just picked up another book, and I just want to get caught up on the other videos that I still have to do. I still have to finish off the 2 Greyhawk books, and I still have to do the Treasures of Greyhawk, and then there's another one that I said I would do. So I was in the middle of, and then on top of that, I'm going to have my session 0 for next Monday, and so I'll be doing videos on that. It's going to be against the Cult of the Reptile God, and they are going to be, it's going to be set in Greyhawk. And so some videos will be going over the history and location of where the player characters can start out, so that my players can learn a bit about the region that they're starting off in, as well as the local. So sorry. Let me get a drink. Sorry about that delay. Besides the local monsters that are in the area, a little bit about the trade, the people, and the history that those characters would know. Yeah, the Legendary Dragons. If you guys have not picked up any of these books, they are so cool. A few of these ideas I've actually used as a teenager, but the artwork on this is so cool. And when I do pick a dragon out of this book to use, I will be coming to this book and telling you all about it. And they got, I gotta say, they got some really cool artwork. And what I love about these books too, I mean, I love most RPG books, really when it comes down to it. They got the hook on the dragon. They got an encounter. They have the tactics. They have treasure. They have the lair. Excuse me. Lair actions, which you can still incorporate in 6th edition. I know, it's 5.5 or D&D 24, but I'm going to call it 6th edition. And right here, you do have the stats that you're going to have to tweak a little bit, bringing it into your game. And so, they have a small little history of this dragon and what's its purpose. And so, you could use this dragon, Galamarg, the disease-ridden serpent of the Maw, which is a cool name. Or you could use its background, create your own dragon, and tweak it a little bit, and ta-da! You have your own interesting dragon that's unique to your campaign. I'll show you a few more. And I like how they do the size, where you have this little bitty person right here to this gargantuan dragons. All these dragons are gargantuan, as they should be. Yortum, oh god, I cannot pronounce that name. And it's cool because it's the World Serpent. And just for kicks, because Eric's not here, if you could help me with that pronunciation, I would appreciate it. I didn't think I can't remember my mythology, but I thought the World Serpent was more of a giant snake-like. But I'm not nitpicking here, but this is a cool interpretation. I like the art. That poor ship is gone. There's another cool dragon. But you get the hint. So you have these 2 books that you can use. And then the third one is The Tyranny of Dragons. So this is an adventure that's 2 adventures into one. And this is all good to go. There are plenty of people who have done reviews and DM tips on there. I played I want to say it was the Red Guard or the Red Doom. I believe it was the Red Doom. And unfortunately, I lost that adventure. It made me sad. But that was a Tiamat adventure, and that was pretty cool. And so for Dragon Week, this would give you a chance to, as a DM, like do your research and create a nice little dragon adventure for your party. It doesn't have to go into this current campaign, but if you have an opportunity, maybe you could fit it in. This one combines 2 adventures. So it's the Hoard of the Dragon Queen and the Rise of Tiamat. I bought this book just to read. Most of my players are more into playing. How do I put this? They're interested in playing the old school modules that I have from like first edition and second. So that's why we haven't played any of these 5th edition adventures. And I think I'm only missing maybe 3 or 4 now. The next on my list that I just want to buy just to read is like that Vecna book. Can't remember the title offhand, but that looks interesting. But I digress because we're talking about dragons. So these are 3 quick references that you can buy and look through it and home tailor it to your own campaign. Or in the case of Tyrannies of Dragons, this is an opportunity for new DMs who are looking for an idea, who love dragons and want to introduce these to your campaign. So that's my contribute to Dragon Week, just to highlight some cool sources that I think that every DM should own at least one. If I had to pick one out of all of these, God, as much as I love the legendary dragons, I would have to go with Fizban's Treasure of Dragons, just because of the information that they give you on the layers and the personalities and the new dragons. Where the legendary dragons, you can use this book right here and create your own dragons. But if you bought this, I would definitely get this. And then, it's up to you if you want to pick up Tyrannies of Dragons. So that's it, people. I hope you guys are having a good week. And check out everybody else's Dragon Week videos. I know I'm going to start to. Take care.